What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Vampy Book Club. You guys know I can't get this show on the road without my two main men. We can't sink our teeth into this stuff, but with B and with Dell. And we're getting into
Well,
Yo,
issue 37. Another Enrich Torres cover. Another Enrich Torres. Let me make myself bigger so we can see the cover. Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
nice.
Yep. So that's the issue. And then we're getting into the Cobra Queen storyline, or She Who Waits.
She who waits. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
She Who Waits. And then another thing that I found was Carmen Del Hare was the model again for this cover. And I found the image. So here's the image of the pose and everything. So she was pretty much Enrich Torres's muse, Jose Gonzalez's muse. She was pretty much all the Spaniard artists' muse, pretty much like it. But have you seen how beautiful her pictures were? I can understand. You can understand why, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean that's awesome to see. Like pretty much our Vampirella, who the model was, and what Vampirella came out today. It's like it's amazing. And then
Right.
I love the brunette hair in there. It's sexy, man. Definitely is.
Yep. And then another thing that Warren liked to do, I found some more history out on this, that he had what was it? St. Julian do the back cover on this thing. So the back cover appeared on here first, but it was so good it could be a front cover. So this was the back. This is the back cover.
Oh, so this was. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it could have been the front it could have been back or front, but for some reason that he would send it to the back cover, but he liked it so much he had it redone again for issue 117 of Eerie, and I have that issue with me right now, so I can show you guys what the actual cover. So it showed up on the back of that cover first. So
Nice.
oh yeah, I remember that one when I had those series. Yeah.
yeah. So this is a St. Julian cover. So it's a St. So front is by Enrich Torres. Back is by St. Julian. So that was weird to have two big artists do one front and one back. So that was interesting to see. I'm like, huh, that's interesting.
That is interesting because they're both really nice covers. Are you picking up any of the new, like, I don't know, I know there are Aries coming out and like Vampiress, Carmella and stuff. Do you?
Yeah, I do. I picked them up.
And there are new stories in them, right?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Vampire Carmen is another Spanish version of her pretty much that they couldn't use, you know what I mean? They can't, because Dynamite has the rights, so these guys can't take so they're using Carmen, and then the Eerie got Eerie, I think whoever had the license for Eerie ended up suing them. That's why they changed the spelling of their Eerie.
Yeah, it's spelled like EY.
Yeah. Oh
yeah, something like that.
Yeah, EYRIE.
If you have the first issues are spelled the same way that one was. The old school one was. So those are gonna probably be worth a little bit of something later down the line. Like these are, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So, but the one thing Enrich was talking about on this cover was he didn't want to bite down on St. Julian's cover of when he did it in issue 23. You remember, Del? Issue 23 was the one where the Cobra Queen sit on the throne with the Cobra on it. Yeah. So they did. So he didn't want to bite off of his cover. So he came up with this instead of instead of Vampire Queen sitting on the throne or something. So put Vampirella on the cover instead.
Yeah.
Way better. But this is the first time you've actually read anything Archie Goodwin.
My first time. This is my first time.
Yeah. This is first time B for reading anything Archie Goodwin. But me and Del read Archie Goodwin's, because I think Archie was the one that created her. Yeah, was the one that written her backstory, and then that freaking James Warren hated it so much, I had somebody else rewrite it. So,
Oh wow.
yeah, yep. So, yeah, now we get into the Cobra Queen. So, but like B was wondering, like, where's that rest of this thing? I go, oh yeah, it's the story above it. So pretty much they go hunting for her in Burma. So these guys go to Burma hunting for the Cobra Queen. They heard a lot of a lot of riches, special stuff about her and stuff like this. But come to find out, there's the guy that funded it is part of her cult or whatever it is. So they talk about the King Cobra during the Vampy story. So he does. So you see him change into the King. Yeah, there we go.
Shows him transforming into
Cobra.
So yeah, kind of reminds me of like the Conan movie where
Yep.
Yeah,
and then we get into the Archie Goodwin half of his. Now the Archie Goodwin and was it Jose? Yeah, was it Jose again?
Yeah, Jose Gonzalez.
Yeah, it was Jose again. And then well, we're driving we're flying to Burma pretty much. We're in Burma, and then next week we'll be in another country. Like always.
She likes to get around, man. She gets around the world for sure. And this is this going to be our second color Vampirella? I believe.
Yeah, second.
Okay, this is a second one.
And better, the best, the better colored one, because Dell remembers the last one. The last one was freaking psychedelic as hell. But this is psychedelic too. But the other one was like they put weird colors in weird places.
Yeah,
like like weird colors. It's not like red, and I'm like turned her outfit into green, and I'm like, okay,
what's going on here?
Yeah.
They were experimenting with the colors, and there's, this is infancy stage of the publishing magazine where it's always black and white. So when you can get a couple color stories in it, because they have multiple stories in each one of these magazines. So
yeah, I mean, you've read Archie and you actually liked Archie, so that's good. That's good. Because Archie was the one that created her, so I would think you would like her, like his writing.
Okay, I didn't know that, but so he's the original writer of he's the one that pretty much created.
Origin. Well, it was a couple of them. It was him. It was what was it? James Warren, and then it was what the heck is that guy's name again? Forrest J. Ackerman. Yeah, so it was them three that worked together to create the storyline. And then it was Frazetta that created the look. Well, Frazetta argued about the look. Frazetta wanted a blonde.
Yeah, that's right. That's why you got the Draculina, right?
Yep. Frazetta wanted a blonde. Frazetta and Warren bouncing back and forth. And they finally agreed to create a brunette. I'm glad they did the brunette.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of blondes in Spain, so they probably had to go with the brunette. Get the model.
It's Europe. You'll be surprised how many blondes you'll find in Europe, especially Spain. So
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's kind of funny that they were arguing back and forth about, hey, I want I want a blonde, I want a brunette. Okay, well, since I'm the boss, I'm putting my foot down. We're keeping a brunette. So that's probably what happened was they didn't argue, but they were probably going back and forth and man, I'm the boss anyway. So
yeah.
So I mean, honestly, I'm glad you guys liked it. I mean, this one wasn't one of my faves, but it was, it's in the middle. It's not it's not horrible like the Carnival of whatever. It's not as bad as that, but this one's in the middle for me. So this story is in the middle, but I didn't hate it. I didn't completely hate it. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, I didn't hate it at all. I enjoyed it after doing it, reading it a couple times, and really diving into it.
I mean, I know it's good when you actually make a video about it. So
I did. The episode video will be out probably on Wednesday. It's already done and ready to go, but I wanted to do the live first before we, push that thing out. But yeah, it's I like I don't know. I just think there's some little lines with Pendragon where he's like over his scotch. I mean, we love our Pendragon. Our drunk, he's always drinking and like he throws a couple lines in here. And like
my favorite part is the interaction with him and freaking Adam's dad,
Conrad Van Helsing. Yeah,
my favorite part. And you and Del are gonna know that one too, because I'm like, you're blind and something he's holding something, and I'm like, huh, okay, but you would think he would have hit somebody else, but I'll give it that. But I thought it was interesting that we get Conrad coming into the hotel room.
And trying to stab Vampirella here, and she's just like, "What are you doing?" And then like Pendragon runs in. I almost spilled my nightcap. I'm like, "What's he talking about?" He's like, "I almost spilled my last bottle of scotch or booze or brandy."
Bourbon. That's what he said. His
bourbon and brandy is one of them.
Yeah. Well, I think he said brandy here, but he starts carrying a thing, the flask of brandy or something like that. I just thought it was funny. I'm like, but honestly, the colors aren't horrible in this part of it.
It's a little. This is a little weird because you got like I don't know, like almost
yellow,
like colors too, because blue, purple hair, red hair. What they're trying to do is mask it like it's at nighttime. Maybe lights coming in from the curtains or whatnot, but it's
or it could be stained glass.
Or some stained glass going on. But I was like reading this. I'm like, what's going on? So like Van Helsing is coming in to try to take down Vampirella because he had a psychic visions. Like, and it's like all this stuff is coming new to me. Like, I really don't know the lore of Van Helsing and stuff.
You didn't read issue 8 when they introduced them. I sent it to you too. I can send the other issues where they actually introduce them, because issue 8 is when they introduce these guys. So but trust me and Del read it. We're like, dude, every issue either they were normal, what was it, vampire hunters, or they're witches. You remember? The first couple of
somehow like wizard warlock type of thing. It's like, what?
Yeah. So these guys are a little weird because they're either normal humans in one issue, or either they're warlocks in one issue. Somehow warlocks in one issue. So I'm guessing they're normal humans in this issue. I'm guessing, but
with his psychic ability, he keeps on like, I having these visions and stuff. Yo, what up, man? How you doing today?
Otaku.
Yeah, what's going on? It was it. I mean, honestly, I'll give Archie because these are his characters. He created them, so I'm glad. That's the one strong thing about it was Archie created, Van Helsing, the Van Helsing. So because a lot of people were complaining, a lot of people on the letters pages were complaining that they wanted these guys back. So I'm glad. Yeah, so I'm glad they brought them back at least for one issue. At least for one issue for right now. But I mean, honestly, it's interesting that first thing that he foresights and sees, and first thing he blames is he sees first thing he blames is her. Don't think about them being in Burma, and so there's a cult in Burma, but he already mentions it later. But he mentions it, a cult in Burma about a freaking cobra. I'm like, how do you not put he came to Burma first? Yeah, he came to Burma first before she did. So it's like, so what do we think? Well, we know what the answer is, but what do you guys think in the chat? Do you think Vampy's gonna, survive against a Cobra Queen? Again, does she? Yeah, or does she get some help from somebody?
to figure out what she's getting into here first, because like she's getting just struck out of the blind. Like she's in the middle of her slumber at night, and then Van Helsing comes in and wants to stake her, and she's like, no, what's going on? And they're like,
but
well,
the other thing is that he's from Dracula. She's from Dracula. So you remember, Del, they said stakes and stuff don't work on her either. So so that wouldn't have done anything. That should have been that would have just pissed her off.
Yeah. So
especially like crosses and so like the old lore of crosses and
silver don't work on her either. So it's gonna be interesting to see even if he did hit it in her, would she just pulled it out? What really? This don't hurt me. So what the hell are you doing? It's like
that's funny. He's trying to use old stake and crosses and stuff. The old lore, like you said, Dale, but I guess it's not going to work with her, right?
Yeah, because the lore behind it is she's from Dracula. She's not like other vampires.
Exactly.
So she doesn't, this stuff doesn't work exactly the same way. So, yeah, this is where Del was talking and where you guys were talking, where he almost spills his freaking nightcap. His brandy. It's brandy here, but it's rum or brandy. It's one or the other here, and then it becomes brandy later down the line. But it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's gonna definitely play a big role here at the end of the story. But like he's like, look how scarce this brandy is in these regions. Like I can't be too careful. And like
every last drop.
Van Helsing.
Our favorite character besides Vampy is freaking Pendragon in these issues, because it's either Pendragon, and then my favorite thing about these issues when we get Archie is the freaking serum. Me and Del always talk about that.
Yeah, they brought the serum back in this one. This was a big thing because she maybe ran out of it, and that's the reason why.
Secret, what was it? Secret herb or whatever it was.
Yeah, ingredients. Yeah,
ingredients.
The secret ingredients that control her bloodlust, and I like how Van Helsing says that. Adam went searching in this jungle, in this dense jungle, looking for the secret ingredients for your blood serum, so you don't get all bloodlust and go crazy. Right. And now it's super scarce. But Vampy's like, no, but because like Van Helsing thinks that like she did something to Adam because he's got two puncture wounds in his neck. And
the funny thing is, the other thing you don't know about. Oh well, it does tell you he's blind. That's blind.
Yeah, see, I missed that too. So like, they must barely say it, because I missed it, even reading it twice and not even realizing he's blind. But now that you're saying it, it kind of makes a little bit more sense.
So because the first thing he says around here was, I touched. Oh no, actually, it was back a page or so, where he goes, I touched his neck. It got two puncture wounds on his neck. So, but you're in Burma. You don't think of snakes first. A snake could have bit him. But like, why would you think? And Vampy just got she just got there. So it's like,
yeah, he's thinking that like, Adam didn't get your bloodlust supply, whatever you needed to make your bags of blood that you drink. And so you must have attacked him and put him in this trance. And like Vampy's like, I would never ever hurt Adam Van Helsing. Like he's like my companion. Would never do this. We need to get down to the bottom of this.
Yeah, but my favorite line is Pendragon again in this one. Pendragon goes, if she drained him, his pulse wouldn't be so damn strong right now.
If Vampy drained him of all of his blood, he wouldn't be so strong right now, and he would most likely be dead. And so we gotta, and Vampy's super smart, because she's like, well, let's get a freaking doctor in here. Let's find out what's going on. You're jumping to conclusions, Van Helsing. I know you're having these psychic visions, but let's see what's going on. And then this is where we see like this cobra snake slithered away into the darkness when they come busting into the room, and it's kind of hiding and like biding its time. And so I think they're going to go off and get the physician, get the hotel doctor, they say.
Right.
And at that time, the snake comes back to Van Helsing,
Yeah.
and because he's in a trance
because,
right here.
Because the first thing he assumes, he goes, my thing was he's blind. How the hell did he know the windows? Oh, well, no, never mind.
Oh.
Never mind. I answered my own question because I go, he's blind. How would he know the windows were open? But you can feel a breeze. When you feel a breeze, you know the window's open. Never mind. I answered my own question.
Yeah. That's what I like about this, is because he's like, the door was locked when I got here. The only thing that was open was the window that a bat can fly into. You can turn into a bat, Vampirella. So he's totally accusing Vampirella of doing this to Adam.
So what did you think of this, Dale? The story so far in it.
Yeah, that's it. I thought it was kind of funny, but yeah, it's like, of course, man, like the Dr. Van Helsing, of course, he's blind.
He's blind as bad. We can make a joke. He's blind as bad.
So Jeff, let me finish, Jeff. So he's blind by not only physically blind, but his hatred is blinding him, pun intended here, because thinking that Vampirella is like still evil, even though Vampirella is like kind of has proven herself that she's not. So I just kind of find it interesting that he's still kind of like, oh no, you bit him, and all this stuff. So and of course Pendragon, that's what we're talking about, is defending her.
Right.
So
because if you remember, a couple issues back, Pendragon was talking about her saying, "Oh, you must have been the blood gulper." So maybe he felt bad now and started defending her.
Exactly. Because you know what happened when he wasn't on her side? She kicked his ass to the curb, and she went and said, "I'm going to be the star."
Yeah. So maybe that's why Pendragon's defending her now, is like, I don't want to get kicked to the curb and drink my ass off again.
Exactly.
In the corner somewhere again.
In the gutter.
So we thought, I mean, it's good. It's interesting because it was interesting to see. When I first read it, I thought that was the Cobra Queen, the snake, the cobra that came in. So I assumed, and then when I read it the second time, I noticed, oh, that is one of her minions, because she's in the corner in that corner panel over there.
Yeah, on the bottom there.
Yeah, on the bottom there. So I'm like, oh, okay. So so I thought it was interesting.
Because we come to find out there's a sort of sacred snakes here towards the end. So this is probably one of the sacred snakes. And they were able to put Adam Van Helsing in the trance.
Yep.
And they're able to get him out of the hotel room, where he's completely he's gonna end up, what happens there is like he makes his way to the temple. And then that's where Vampy right here is talking to the doctor I alluded to earlier, and the doctor has what Jeff said. Well, we're in the jungle. It looks more like a cobra bite, he shouldn't be in a trance. He should be dead. And it's like, what? That's what I thought was really good, because now like Vampy's doing an investigation, and then right then and there when the doctor says, like, it can't be from a cobra because he should be dead then. And that's when like Adam Van Helsing has another vision. He's like, he's been taken.
Right.
And then now we're on a journey to find out where the Cobra Queen took Adam Van Helsing to. And so they're in the jungle here.
This takes a couple of, the way it says, it takes a couple of days or weeks or something like that. So found Adam's map.
Adam's map. Yeah, they found his map in the freaking hotel room. Right. And so now they're out there looking for him. And then like Pendragon's like, what's that smell? I love it too. That's a great freaking little panel on it too, because like you need to see what he's covering his mouth and his nose. I think that's really good art right there too.
Yeah. Another good panel from Jose again. But and then talking about he took a machete to a cobra, human hybrid cobra thing or something.
Yeah. So what they're seeing an actual missing head body right there. But what happens was like he was fighting a cobra, and they're like, wait, if he took off the head of a cobra like a snake is usually what you need to do to kill a snake. You got to take the head off.
Right.
And but then this like giant cobra snake turned into a human. What's going on here?
It was a male.
Yeah, it was the male.
It was a male. It was the Cobra King Cobra.
Yep.
Yeah, it was from story 1, where B asked me, goes, "Hey, did Archie write something else?" I go, "Oh, you mean the other story above this one, the Queen Cobra Queen one?"
Yeah, then that makes sense because like, okay, well,
it does mention it right around here, I think, on the bottom of the issue right here. It says, "Go see
Cobra Queen in this issue." It's like, just smacked me right in the face, and I just missed that.
Yeah, well, the print's so damn small, and the you know how they are freaking how they scanned it, you can't even see it. So but I thought this part was funny because she's when the Cobra Queen talks and goes, I was just gonna kill you, but I have other urges, so
she's like, you're pretty handsome, man. You know, I might you took my king away, and so now it's time for I was gonna kill you, but you know what? I'm gonna drop you in this pit of sacred cobras and let their venom seek into your veins, and then you're going to be transformed to something that's not even human anymore. Right. I was like, oh wow, man, that is pretty wild. Like if you really like stop and read this, it's pretty sinister, man. It really is. Now she's just sitting on her throne there, just like, watching Adam get dropped in. I think it's pretty good. Good storytelling, good panels on this one. They got right to the point on this one too, which I really did enjoy. And like there's actually a really cool story here. Maybe we've heard it before. I don't know, but I'm just enjoying it.
But did you guys like that they pretty much colored it green? I just found it kind of weird. I mean, I understand why they did it to distinguish her from Vampy and from everybody else, but
I don't think they really needed to color her green necessarily to distinguish her.
I'm like,
I guess it's like because she's like the snake queen, maybe because of that, but they don't just with the headdress and all and the garments and all the costume or whatever.
Yeah.
Obviously different,
right?
Vampirella, so
kind of make her look a little bit different to me. Like I'm super like colorblind here, so I can't even see the green, dude. So it's
like a very light, it's like a very pastel light green, like very light.
Kind of, I can see the different tint on it, but I don't. It is what it is. It's good.
It didn't bother me. I just thought it was kind of funny that they kept her that everybody else is normal, normal like skin colored, and then like Adam's a little darker than everybody else. Understandable because he's been in the jungle for a couple of weeks.
It looks like Vampy on the top panel has black hair.
Right.
I assume this is Vampy over on the next panel, and she's got to me it looks like teal blue hair.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So and then Conrad's hair was gray, like it's supposed to be gray, but it seems a little bluish tint, like you said, the bluish tint on both of their hair. It's like, okay.
And what do you guys think? I ain't gonna lie, dude. Conrad and Pendragon are the same exact drawing character. They look exactly the same. One of them has glasses and one of them doesn't.
Yeah.
So, I thought that was kind of funny when we start talking about the art. Yeah. But that's fine.
That's fine. That's one of Gonzalez's things.
His weaker points. Yeah, his weaker points. But it was.
If it was a female, if he drew females, it's different. But if when he draws male, like me and Del and you've talked about it, whenever he draws males or creatures or anything like that, is his weak point. But his strong points are always female and always like what was it? Always up close type shots of female. Mm-hmm. I noticed there was no up close ones in this one. There was nothing too close to faces wise, except for the Adam one, except for this one, but nothing else with close to Vampy's face or nothing like that.
Yeah, like a full page or a full half a page panel. Not really. a little bit on the beginning, but yeah, they're really he's really doing his storytelling. He's put in some work on this one, I think.
Yeah.
He wasn't lazy with this one.
Nah. Yeah, he had to put in some effort on this one. It seems like.
I think so. Well, maybe he had a little bit of time off because he didn't do the last couple.
Right.
So maybe get a couple more months or whatever.
Yeah.
However it was when it came out, how much time they had, but he definitely had.
Yeah.
I don't think he had a big deadline on this one, so he was able to.
Yeah.
And I don't know, who did the coloring on it? Did he color it too, or did
No, somebody else colored it. I didn't see.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. I have to look back on the title on the other page, but I'll let you guys know next week who colored it. But I forgot. But yeah, but coloring wise, you can tell it's from their time period because the psychedelic type style. But now we meet some Amazons that are under her control, so it's kind of cool, kind of interesting.
What I like about this is Vampirella is oh my god, if Adam Van Helsing is in control, is being controlled by the Queen Cobra, the Cobra Queen. She's like, I need to get there faster, so she actually turns into bat form and takes off ahead. Is what she does, and then she freaking lands down in front of this temple here. But then the Cobra Queen has all these Amazon slaves, and then she starts to fight them right here, which is pretty cool. But one of the slaves thinks that they're super smart and they can get behind Vampirella because
my favorite panel's coming up right now. When you guys.
Oh, I love, dude. No, I think I know what you're talking about. It's so funny, dude. Because then Pendragon and Van Helsing, they're up distance away and elevated away because Pendragon's like, we should probably stay away from this fight. Maybe stay, elevated away in a distance. And that works out perfect for old Conrad Van Helsing here because he takes his gun and he's up elevated and he's able to shoot that Amazon slave behind Vampy that's getting ready to stab her, So he was able to shoot her. And he's like, and I love it. Go ahead, Jeff. What? Pennies, he says.
But now now you know that Conrad is freaking blind. It's even funnier because he's blind.
How did you know this? That's funny. Yeah, that's true.
So did you think it was funny though? Because you know the dude's blind. Now you know Van Helsing's blind. So I'm like, how the hell did you even shoot the damn
the Amazon slave there?
Yeah, because. You would think it would have been Pendragon holding the gun, but Pendragon's a drunk, so he's not as steady. So, either the blind guy holds it, or either the freaking drunk guy holds it. Which one are you gonna trust more with a gun? I guess the blind guy.
Yeah, it's pretty funny that Dr. Van Helsing is the one that actually shoots the gun and actually took the shot and hit something with it too.
Yeah.
And, well, I guess they're playing off of what everybody thinks about people who are blind. Maybe their other senses become even more heightened. So he's trying to go
Actually, did this panel no because he actually thanks freaking Pendragon for helping him, for helping him point it out or whatever it was, telling him how far she is or something like that. Because
and then he also says here, right there, it says it was done entirely by sound.
Yeah,
because he was up away from it, so he was able to hear everything.
Yeah,
what Dell says, if you're blind, your hearing is going to be more enhanced, like Daredevil.
Right.
And so he's like, almost like, thank you for having me in a distance and elevated away from the big battle where I can actually tone in my ears, my sound, and that's what happened. So
I just thought, this one is one of that panel is one of my favorite panels. There's another one where Vampy actually thanks freaking Pendragon for something. Me and you, you two know.
I can't believe you did that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So here, Vampy pretty much this bottom panel here, pretty much interacts with freaking Cobra Queen.
Yeah, they're getting ready to have a battle. They're getting ready to fight. My
biggest thing was, did you guys find it kind of weird that she had hands?
I guess that's true. Yeah, that's a little wild.
I thought it was a little weird, but I just thought it was funny because I'm like,
and arms, yeah, it's like arms and hands, right? What the heck?
like, she's a cobra. Why would she need arms anyway? But okay.
Yeah, imagine that snake with arms. It's like what?
Yeah, that because the first time I didn't catch it. The second time I read it, I'm like, are those her hands? Are those supposed to be her hands?
Yeah, I do notice it now. I didn't notice it at all, even during all the times I did this in my recording. Like, wow, yeah, that is. Maybe it's because it's the human form, so
right.
The human's gonna have.
Yeah, I
arms
just
and
thought it
hands,
was funny. I'm like, I read it
funny.
but I've read it probably as many times as you did. I'm like the second time I read it, I'm looking at the pictures. I'm like, is that are those okay? Okie dokie. Those are her arms. I mean, you wouldn't need them anyways because the way you can, tangle her up into.
Yeah. Because right here in this panel, like I don't see the arms, but she's got her in a coil. The Vampy's, about ready to get her life's taken out of her as Pendragon and Conrad Van Helsing are trying to get down the rope. And Pendragon might be a little bit too drunk to take that rope down, but he's trying his best.
Yeah. Yeah, but the funniest is the as much bourbon as he had, and then you have freaking Conrad just shooting a damn gun, blind as a bat.
Yeah,
blindly. Right. Now you know he's now you finally know he's blind. It's now you see that panel. It's a little weird. It's like, where the hell are you firing at? What are you firing at? Because it's like you're just firing at anything pretty much. Because if the drunk's holding the damn your son up, how is he telling you who to hit and where to hit? So you're fired at something.
Oh, see, I get it now. I was wondering about this. Okay, I thought they were coming down the mountain, but no, they actually made it in the cave, and he's telling them to hold the rope to pull up at him. Okay,
right. Yeah. So he's busy pulling up the rope, pulling at him up. So what is he firing at? Because it's smoking, so he's firing at something. So is he firing at Vampy and Cobra Queen? That's what, you know what I mean? It's like, what is he firing at? Because you don't know. Because it doesn't tell you what he's firing at, or it doesn't show you what he's firing at.
It doesn't at all. Because how it ends there, here at the bottom panel, like there's no shot. Maybe he's trying to shoot because the Cobra's about ready to strike her superior foe. She's a superior foe and trying to get Vampirella in that coil, and then but all of a sudden you get Pendragon saying, "Vampirella, take that form."
Yeah,
this is something that we don't really see a lot of in the newer ones, with them being her actually transforming herself into a bat. But they really they played this one good, man. They played it to the chest, man, because like this is how she can escape these coils of this Cobra Queen.
Yeah. Also, another thing I found funny in this one is like how the previous page and stuff like that, I showed the Cobra with arms, and this one doesn't have it.
Yeah,
have you noticed that too?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was like, this one, she doesn't have no arms. Where the arms?
Yeah. See, so Jose got. I guess Jose drew arms on her and goes, "Oh, the arms fell off."
It is. Yeah, it's a little bit different.
See, arms here.
It's straight up arms, man, and hands, like you said, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. If I didn't point it out, I don't think you guys would have noticed.
No.
and then the coils are up, and then lights are up. Pretty much. He goes, "Hey," and
turn into bat form, and then he lights up a Mai Tai cocktail right here, and
pretty much
with all of his booze. Wait, what? Pendragon's giving up his booze for Vampirella. He must really love her.
He must really care about her. to actually not give a shit, not give a crap about his booze.
Yeah,
that's why Vampy goes, "You must really care about me. You
gave up. You sacrificed your whole entire supply of brandy to start that fire."
He goes. "No, I was just trying to, take care of a cobra bite." Or
that's what he said. He's like, "Well, I heard that the good remedy for a snake bite is liquor. So there you go." I mean, it's a little joke there.
Yeah.
To end the story right here, and they they pull old Van Helsing out of that pit, I guess, and
yeah. What would be nice? I mean, I could see the continuation on it, like Van Helsing having after effects, because we don't know if
he does have that Cobra venom in him, so maybe they got to extract it out of him. Maybe he can turn into a snake or something, or maybe
he could turn into the King Cobra like she wanted.
They almost had him. Maybe he can have like some special abilities that snakes have, or like good, I don't know,
it would be cool
ability or something like that.
It would be cool to see, but not really.
Nothing probably comes of it, but it's a good story.
Yeah, it's solid. A good solid one. Yeah. So I'll start off on the grade on this one. I'll give it a solid 5. I'll give it a solid 5. I didn't hate it. I enjoyed it, and I'll give it a solid 5. Okay, pick up ability on this one. What are we giving it? Like somebody just off the stand and stuff. If somebody just wanted to pick it up.
I mean, first time read, you probably should know who Van Helsing is, just because of he's the Dracula hunter pretty much, and I don't know. I guess pick up ability. I'd give it a 7.
A 7.
Yeah.
Okay. That's I would give it, like you said, have to know who the Van Helsings are. So I would recommend pick up 8 and read up on who they are, and then read this one. Is okay. So you said you gave it 8. You gave it 8. Right?
I give it a 7 on the pickup ability.
A 7. I'll give it a 6.
I totally agree. I mean, I totally agree with what you're thinking about it too.
Yeah, I'll give it a 6, since you have to pick up at least issue 8
to
figure out who these guys are, who these two are, because they kind of don't tell you nothing. They just say
no, they don't. True.
Yeah,
they don't tell him nothing. He just there he is in her hotel room, like there's an intruder in Vampirella's room trying to stab her with a stake. What's going on? And then you find out they dropped the Van Helsing, and like, oh, okay. And then but if you didn't know, if you didn't know who Van Helsing is, the pick ability might be lower towards more Jeff's score right here with a 6.
Yeah, well, the main reason that's why it was lower, because it was like thinking about like Del, since you
Del, what do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I'm kind of with you guys. It's like it's like not only to add, it doesn't really tell you who the Van Helsings are. As far as pickup ability, you really don't know who Pendragon is either.
Right.
Yeah, especially if this is if a person's picking this up as a first issue to read. So the good part, what's saving it for me, is that it's a brand new story.
Right.
So it's not like in the middle of a series.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I would probably go with like a 7.5 on that.
Okay.
But it's just gonna take a person a minute or two to get to
figure it out, but
figure out who the Van Helsings are, who their role with Vampirella, and Pendragon's role, with Vampirella as well on that too. So that's all I think. It's still easy to pick up because it's a brand new story, but it's just you just gotta kind of like what you guys are saying, is they have to kind of backtrack it to find out who the Van Helsings are and who Pendragon is and all that.
And I guess again, like the tie on that too, Dale's like they never really you have to know who Vampirella is, I guess, because if you didn't know that she was an alien vampire from Draculone, and what's his blood serum that she's trying to get, because they really never she does turn into a bat here, so I guess it would be kind of confusing for the first pickup.
Right.
Now thinking about it a little bit more.
Right. Because this is the biggest thing with my thing is talking about it, is if somebody wanted to pick it up for the first time, is it okay to pick up for the first time? We're telling you it's okay, but you're going to be a little slightly confused if you don't read issue 8 and at least her origin story a little bit.
Yeah.
At least a little bit.
But if you know just a little bit about the horror lore of the Van Helsings and a little bit about Vampirella, kind of know what she. I mean, the name should give it away. It's Vampirella. Okay, she's got to be a vampire, right? Her name's freaking Vampirella. With knowing that, and I mean, pick up.
I'll give it. Yeah, so we'll meet in the. We'll all three of us meet in the middle. So we'll give it a 7 because you know what I mean. It's still, you can still read it, but my recommendation, and probably B would recommend the same thing. Pick up issue 8 if you're going to read it. You know, pick up issue 8. Read issue 8 first, and then if you're going to read issue 1. Read her at least a little bit of her origin, so you know at least what the damn serum is. Actually, I don't think they mentioned the serum in 8 or 7 or 1. Well, the serum gets mentioned somewhere. I just don't remember which issue. Yeah, so you have to pick up at least a couple issues for them to talk about the serum, because I don't. Del, do you remember which issue it was where they mentioned serum? Is it at least in the first couple?
I
can't.
I want to say it's like right when they start picking up, start doing the Vampirella, like when it starts hitting double digits, when they start doing Vampirella stories.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like that's when they start introducing it. Because remember after the first 3, remember it was like a few that wasn't even
right. It wasn't even not until 8. Yeah, she didn't come back until issue 8. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like early double digits when they introduced the
12. That's what it was. It's when Jose jumped on. It's at the same. Yeah, it's when Jose jumped on is when they mentioned it. So so it's probably like issue 12-ish, around there. If you guys are gonna try to. But we would recommend not to do that because they're a little costly right now. But if you want to digitally get it, it's okay to read them. But
and Dynamite is doing their archives right now. I think they're on like volume 4 or 5. So you can you can pre-order them. They're like $30. I can pre-order them for like 23.
Right.
But
or just watch us.
Or just watch us because we're gonna have this up for you every week, and we're continuing. We're on 37 right now. We got 38 next week. So but let's what's your overall score? Is that where we're at right now? I mean,
we're that's
we gonna talk art first?
Pick up ability, readability. Readability was like a 6 for me.
Okay.
Like reading wise, story pretty much storyline wise, it wasn't bad. It wasn't horrible. It wasn't as bad as the Carnival of Death where they were throwing stuff on the wall and go, hey, what sticks? Exactly. Hey, what sticks? At least this one, it was a solid story. That's why I'm giving it a 6.
Again, with me, I liked it a little bit more than you. I like Vampirella being part of the freaking story.
Right.
It's Vampirella. Let's have her in it, and she kind of does detective work here, everything, and she's a protector of, and she's got friends with her that love her, and you even got the Conrad Van Helsing that's no, you're the one that's wrong, but by the end of the issue, he sees the good in her, and and she's able to save the day. So I give this thing an 8 out of 10 for overall.
Okay. What about you, Del? You're the end all be all score because you're the one guy that's never read any Vampy stuff. And for all the people that want to pick up Vampy, what's your score?
I guess I'll probably say like it's a 7 on this one for myself. It's an okay story. It's but it didn't really truly kept me truly engaged. But it was interesting enough to read it and give it once over. I was like, all right,
Well, I'm laughing. I go, damn, I'm the Vampy fan. I gave it a 6, and you guys gave it a 7
and an 8
and an 8. And I'm like, huh.
No, I get both of your guys' take on it though. I really do. So and I understand it. What scores you give it. The reason why I gave it that little bit of an extra is we get a complete story with it. So it's not
it felt complete.
You know,
I understand why you gave it 8 too. I understand why you gave it 8. It's not a cliffhanger like, and it's not weird like the freaking Carnival of Death one was.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm doing that is compare it because the Carnival of Death is gonna be the pretty much the comparable story to let people know of what a weak vampy story is and what a strong vampy story is, because the Carnival of Death is the weakest one that we've read so far. That me and Dell and B's read so far. I believe that's the weakest one out of all of it. This at least is solid. At least it's a full storyline. At least it's got a beginning, middle, and end, like you said.
Exactly. And then we get a little bit of Pendragon in here. We're getting, Van Helsing's, Adam and Conrad in here.
So that's one strong thing about Archie's writing, I noticed, is that he gives everybody a moment to shine, like everybody.
Instead of adding a bunch of new characters in, and you put your main characters in the background, and
right.
No. We need to see our main characters, and bring in the side characters slowly, like you do with this one.
Yeah. Slowly. But what do we think of Jose's art with color?
Good. I like it. I mean, it's a little weird there at the beginning with red hair, blue hair, red light, blue light, right?
Yeah.
Stop and go. But I mean, I think he, like I said, he had a little bit more time with this one, and everything's good. I mean, 7. What about you, Dell?
Well, I think a color could be better because but I'm just so used to.
But modern color. This is
he's used to the Hulk, man, busting through all green.
Well, because all right, I'll give you an example. Because even when I did my show today, even when I did my YouTube show today, the book I was going over was from the mid 70s, also. Okay, so the only reason I say that because it was still kind of within the era of when these Warren magazines were coming out.
Yeah, this was 74.
74, and the book I went over today was from 74 as well.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So, the coloring on it was just all right. If depending on the whatever ethnic background of the person, the way it was colored was true to that. Right. Now this one's like, okay, one panel is orange and the other panel is green and the other panel is red and the flash tone again to like a Caucasian person, and I don't know. It's just like the drawings itself. If it was black and white, I would give it a higher score. I would give it like an 8. To me, it's like because of the one panel to the next, like one panel of Van Helsing's green, and then panel he's what he said the flesh tone he's supposed to be. So I was like, I don't know. I was give like a 6.5. I'm just like, I'm more if you got ink it a certain way,
So what was yours again, Dell?
6.5.
6. Okay.
Yeah, 6.5.
Because
only because of the coloring. Only because the coloring was like well, it was just like the
I think the coloring screwed up Jose's art a little, not horribly, but it screwed it up a little bit. And I agree with Dell. It's gonna be a 6, but B gave it a 7. So we're just gonna meet right in the middle and go. So freaking pretty much it's a it's
6.5.
6.5.
I get because I mean, if you're drawing black and white art, like you don't need a colorist to come over there and color it, because you got to draw it totally different.
Right.
You're gonna like when you're doing just strictly black and white, you're gonna have all your nice shadings in there with your pen, your pencil. But when you're drawing like a color cover, or someone's gonna come over and color over the top of your black and white, you can't have all that detail with your black and white.
Right.
You can't. You gotta leave it open.
Yeah. And I'm wondering if he knew it was gonna get colored at all. I'm wondering. That's the other thing. I'm wondering if Warren told them, hey, Jose's stuff is gonna get colored. And I'm wondering if Jose actually spent time and shaded everything in, and You know, I'm curious. I'm honestly curious what the before the colors were, like the black and white stuff, and white part of it, what it looked like originally. Because the other thing that made me laugh was if you looked at this panel, and if you look at the panel before this panel, it's two different people. It's supposed to be Adam. It's supposed to be Adam.
I see him.
So, you know what I mean? That's supposed to be Adam. So Adam's a lot darker here.
Yeah, the continuity. Maybe because they're in a cave or something in a temple with no light.
Yeah.
Maybe, but yeah, it does.
But it's a completely different face.
Yeah,
being honest, it looks completely. Yeah, it looks completely different. And this is what drove my score down, was because I'm like I'm like this panel here. I'm like because and if you compare it, you're like, huh, is it two different people drawing Adam? Because it's like this is Adam here, and then this is Adam on this page. It's like, did you have,
it looks more like this should be in black and white, and then they threw some color on top of it, and like because he looked like he drew this to be in straight up black and white, black pens, right? But then that color, like, and it is a different face because you get all the shading. You get the shading from the black and white there, but then so imagine it's like that, without all the color on it. It'd probably look totally different.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks better. It looks way, it looks better. It looks good, but like I said, well, 6.5. Like that's what we gave it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, I totally agree.
Yeah, art wise, 6.5. Because the color is kind of bunkered it down pretty much. I think if the colorist wasn't there and it just left it as Jose's black and white stuff, it would be a lot higher. But since they want to color it weird,
and we didn't get a lot of good vampy shots, like good facial shots of her, or full body shots.
Right.
So yeah, I mean,
So,
we want to see vampy, man. We want to see those nice sexy poses that she has.
Solid, a solid 6.5, and then pick up ability was 7. Story wise was another 7.
Pretty much for you guys. 8 for me. I liked it, but I'm a little bit. I get a little excited sometimes. So.
Yeah, we get excited. But don't get me wrong. This was okay, because I've read the stories once before, and I kind of figured this one would be you guys would either like this one more or either like next week's more. But mine is I like next week's a little more than this week's.
I can't wait. I can't wait to read 38.
So 38, since I'll give a little spoiler, or I'll give like I always do. So issue 38, we're gonna get into. So we're gonna get into issue 38, and then issue 38 is gonna be the Mummy's Revenge, and somebody from Vampy's past is coming back. So, and Flex Menlo's writing it again. So who do we think is coming back? We all know who's coming back. But the story is actually interesting. I think Flex is getting stronger.
Last week's at 36 was great. I love that story. And
so 38, I think you're gonna like a lot more since it's a semi continuation. But we end up in Rome this time with a mummy in Rome. So Mummy's Revenge. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens when old enemy or old husband or whatever from the past comes to pretty much wreak havoc on Vampy. So I'll show you at least the cover page. I'll show you at least the cover page. So this is So this is gonna be Jose again, Gonzalez again. So so the Mummy's Revenge. So I'm excited to have you guys read it. So by the time we get off, I'll send you guys this email. But I really enjoyed the story this week. You guys really enjoyed the story this week. You guys enjoyed it a little more than I did, but I'm happy that we're getting into this. So what are you guys getting into? I know Dell had a new video. All that stuff is down in the description below, and I know B has a bunch of stuff coming up. All their information is down in the description below, guys. if you guys want to follow Dell, actually go follow. Yeah, go give Dell a follow on his YouTube.
Give him a sub.
Give him a sub. He only got 3 subs right now, but you
gotta start somewhere. You gotta start somewhere.
Yep.
That's the best thing to do is just when you start. That's the first hurdle. Don't worry about anything else.
Yep.
You get going.
Start.
Yep. Get started.
Yeah, just get started because that's what we did. And we got started, and then my stuff was all over the place, but I found my lane, and I'm sticking to it.
Kind of find out your own niche, what you want to do, and just do it. And you have passion about it, the followers will come. They will.
And then well, I appreciate you guys tuning in to Vampy Book Club. Tune in next week for issue 38. And we'll see you guys next week. And check you guys later.
Peace.
Peace.